Hello. The other day, I was reading through 1 Thessalonians and a group of verses spoke to me. 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verses 16 through 18. Rejoice always, pray continually, give thanks in all circumstances, for this is God's will for you in Jesus Christ. There is a very simple idea among Christians. Jesus died for us, so we should live for Him. Of course, this is easier said than done. You get caught up with work, you spend time with your family and friends, and sometimes you just need to relax, and suddenly the day is gone and you did nothing for God, and then you feel horrible. But living for Jesus doesn't necessarily mean going to a street corner, wearing a sandwich board, and shouting, "The end is nigh." And while I personally enjoy reading the Bible on a daily basis, and I would love it if you read the Bible daily as well, that might not be the end-all be-all of living a Christian life, because reading is internal. So let's break down these verses in 1 Thessalonians, which seem to be about how you live for Jesus. First, rejoice always. This is tough because we don't always want to rejoice. And yet, when Paul was wrongly imprisoned in Philippi, what did he and his companions do? They sang songs of praise to God. I'm not saying there won't be moments of grief. There will, and you should. But at the same time, you shouldn't get frustrated by every little trouble that comes your way. Sometimes, living for Jesus is just about dealing with life's ups and downs with joy in your heart. Second, pray continually. This doesn't come easy for all of us. Sometimes I get 5 minutes into a prayer and I'm not sure what to say next. Others have prayer lists and can pray for hours. As a result, I believe this verse is about constantly keeping God on your mind throughout the day. Some people ask the question, what would Jesus do? But if you had a customer in front of you, ask yourself, how would I act if the customer was Jesus standing right in front of me? I bet you would act a little different. For some Christians, they pick a Bible verse and then throughout the day they meditate on that verse. And it also means keeping a dialogue open between you and God throughout the day. And when you finally do get a chance to be alone, then yes, pray traditionally as well. Third, give thanks in all circumstances. This is similar to rejoice always. However, rejoicing is about having a positive attitude during the bad times, but giving thanks is about appreciating God through those bad times, and not just about giving thanks when things go well. So think of this. How many times have things gone wrong in your life only to have something wonderful happen as a result? Billy Graham used to say, if God answered all his prayers, he would have already been married twice by the time he met his wife, the love of his life. But when you pray for something and it doesn't happen, do you get dejected? Or do you praise God because He has an even better gift waiting for you, one you may not have even known you wanted, but can't live without once it's given? You should give it a try. The next time when something disappointing happens, give thanks to God because you know the disappointment will give Him the opportunity to show His great love and generosity to you. Living for Jesus doesn't always mean going to a poor country and being a missionary. Sometimes living for Jesus is about how you deal with life's ups and downs, because the greatest evangelism isn't always done with words. It's accomplished with actions. And sometimes the way you deal with adversity will say more to those watching than any sermon. So how do you live for Jesus? Rejoice always, pray continually, give thanks in all circumstances, for this is God's will for you in Jesus Christ. Have a blessed day.